Hello, back again. Today I'm going to make a crosscut jig. I don't have a miter station, and you got really long 8, 10-foot 2x4s, 2x8s, 2x12s, whatever. And you only need to cut off like 2 inches, or 2 feet, I mean. You don't want that hanging out there, and I don't want to have to set something up. Just put it on my crosscut sled. So typically what I would do is I would just throw a speed square on it and cut it reasonably close, and then come back onto my miter sled, table saw sled, and then make sure it was good and true. But that's redundant and time consuming, so I want to make a little crosscut because the speed square works, but it's hard to hold on to when it gets close in different situations. Depending on how far from here to here it is, pretty close. My other skill circular saw is even closer. So I'm gonna make some out of some free MDF that I got from work, and we go from there. So I've already drawn a line. I know it's 4 inches and 4 3/4 inches from here to my saw blade, so I just did 5. That way I can cut it off and make sure it's exact. And I've already drawn a line. I know that this square is actually square, so put it on here. Put my line, show my squares here. Yeah, break it out. You can buy packs of these off the internet. Amazon is probably the best place. And then you can also get smaller ones that you can stick over there for like the thin super glue. And it just leaves a tiny little trace. It's very, very faint, and then you can obviously cut how much you want to come out. Hopefully too much doesn't come out. It is a little bit of a windy day for me, and I work on a porch, so we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna get my activator. I'm not very professional, guys. I apologize. All right, got the activator. I just buy this stuff off of Amazon. A lot of times you get this and some more CA glue. This brand is 2P10. It works good. I don't know a whole lot about it. I prefer the aerosol activator over the spray one. The spray one just seems to always drip all over the place and stuff like that. So, and just, if you don't know what activator is, it's basically a moisture. Saying the super glue dries up because of moisture. Well, you're basically spraying moisture on it. But it's a specific formula, whatever. Works really good. You can spray one side with this, spray the other, you can put the super glue on the other side, and then stick them together, and they pretty much bond within like 2 to 3 seconds. Or you can do like I did. I put the super glue on there, and then I sprayed this on there, and it is dry now. So okay, it's drying up where I can like run my pencil right through it. Actually, make a mark on it. So, okay. So So make sure I have this good and straight. It looks pretty good. So now what I'll do is I'll cut, and it'll cut off the excess. As you see, so when I cut off the excess, it'll be true to that blade. And then if I need to like cut something, like you slide it on there, and you'll line up that edge with your mark, and you'll know that that's where it's going to cut on this side of the blade. And obviously, if you want to cut on that side of the blade, you should probably go from the other side. I probably just confused. But I've got multiple size batteries, but this circular saw definitely likes the bigger battery. I'm gonna step over here real quick to my table. So now, whenever I make a mark on something, all I have to do is line it up to that edge right there, and that's where it will cut, and it'll cut square. I need to put some screws in here, something to hold a little bit better, and I'm thinking maybe doubling this up so I have a little bit more, something more substantial to hold on to. Give that a chance to think about that, and I'll get back to you. You don't want to watch me sit here, smoke coming out of my head trying to think. All right, we're back. I didn't record some of the stuff. I'm sure you never drove school. So, playing around with it. One thing I did wrong, if you make one of these, you should know. So, as I was cutting through, I cut through the edge here, and then I kind of just took my saw off that way. Well, what happened was it kind of messed this corner up, and that's the corner you'd be measuring off of. But I was gonna make one from my skill saw that's a corded. People talk kind of about corded saws. That was like a $25 skill saw 15 years ago, and the thing is like a beast. It will outdo my wireless one every day of the week, and it's like a quarter of the price because it's corded. Now they do have some good cordless tools out there that are very powerful. They're also very expensive. For as little as I'm using them, I'm not going to do that. The only reason I bought this is because sometimes I need to, get something into a car that ain't going to fit. I don't always have access to my truck, so I mainly bought that, and that's mainly for sheet goods. You go to the orange or blue store, and you gotta cut it down. I can cut it down and throw it in my car, and I don't have to worry about it. So that's why I have that. Other than that, that skill that I bought at Walmart 15 years ago or whatever it was, has done me great. Just know, no matter what saw you get, even if you get one of the good name brand ones, the blade that comes with it will suck, and you'll probably need to upgrade it. I get the Diablo. I don't know. There's other ones out there. I just know the Diablo works well, and a lot of other people swear by it, but I'm sure there's many other good ones out there. So back to this. So I was gonna make one for each one, so I just took my skill because it's a shorter. And when I did it, I made sure that I went all the way past. So now I got a nice screw. I marked it. I countersunk some holes because my only number 6 screws, which I don't like using really thick screws on a 1/2 inch MDF. They're only like 5/8. So I countersunk it pretty deep. That way I got a good bite in here, and it's just super glued. It should work fine. If it doesn't, this is all scrap material anyways. I just toss it, build another one. But what I've gained that I can't lose is knowledge. Next time, I will probably make this much wider it's not needed, but what I found is when you're laying it here, you can put your hand there and fold it down. Because now circular saws are different. Some of them have the motor on this. Both of mine are on this side. I can't hold this because my motor's right there, and the skill is lower than the Bauer. So I added this to hold on to, and I was originally going to put a piece of wood like right here, and so when I grab it, and I can grab a hold of the 2x4 and hold it firm. But I think I'm just going to actually put a hole there with the Forstner bit, stick my thumb in there, and then essentially I will be grabbing both sides of the 2x4 as I'm using my saw. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and do that and start another one for the Bauer, and go from there. And I hope you're still watching. This is a pretty boring video, but it may help somebody, because honestly, I would have never thought about this until I saw somebody else do it. They did it a little differently. I like to put my twist on things. We all work a little different. You may not want to build it just like this. Your saw may have an order on the other side, and you don't even need this. You just have this piece out here. Now you do want a decent amount to make sure it's not rocking back and forth when you're doing it. But for me, I'm gonna have my thumb in there, get that, put my saw through there, I'm good. So I'm gonna make another one of those for that saw right there, and probably make this just thicker instead of having this little offshoot piece here. But I'll probably still do the same thing with the thumb hole, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna put you on time lapse